Lee here, and welcome to the pull list for August 22nd, 2012, presented by longboxradio.com. This week, kind of a bigger week in comics. We have All-Star Western number 12. This is from Palmiotti and Gray. Has been a great New 52 book. Definitely always looking forward to picking this one up. We have a side story here that's Dr. Terrence 13, which is also pretty cool. He looks like a pretty neat character, and it's tying into the main book as well. So, super good synergy with this book. Everything about it has been great since the beginning. Consistent. That's what we're looking for, DC. Moving on, we have Before Watchmen. We have Dr. Manhattan, and I'm going to pull out my little soapbox here and talk about Before Watchmen Rorschach, which was out last week. The DC, they were, after this many years, years after even a movie was made, were ballsy enough to be like, let's go back and revisit these characters before Watchmen. Let's delve deeper into these iconic characters. And of course, Alan Moore is not on board. Who knows where he even is? But of course, you know, people were split. It was either leave Watchmen alone. There's no need to do this, or you know what? If you're going to do it, make some really interesting moves with those characters, because again, they're characters that are virtually they're untouched, aside from the original novel by Alan Moore, of course, and Dave Gibbons. So. All of them I've been extremely disappointed with. Like I said, they were willing to take these characters out for a spin, but they aren't willing to really outstep their boundaries with them. Like, they're scared to do something that someone would think is out of character. I mean, I think what everybody was kind of thinking was going to happen. Like with Rorschach, for example, you kind of know what you're expecting with a Rorschach book. Like, even looking at the movie, you're like, oh man, he probably has some pretty cool stories when he was just going around the streets kicking ass. And then you get a book that's just a fair scraping of that. Like, it's exactly what you expected, and it doesn't surprise you or anything like that. So Dr. Manhattan, it's J. Michael Straczynski, it's Adam Hughes Interiors, which is worth picking up the book for alone. And again, Amanda Conner on something like Silk Spectre is great. It's great to see that art. Lee Bermeo on Rorschach, I was really looking forward to. It's just that they're not doing anything with these books. Having not read them, anyone who's seen the movie or read the original Watchmen thing will basically be able to tell you what happened in these books, and that's not what I was really looking for. Minuteman, I think, is the one that's making the most moves, and the one book I didn't pick up was Ozymandias right here, which is apparently the best one. So I managed to read all the ones and just be super disappointed with it, and apparently not pick up the one that's actually super badass. So I have it right here. So I'm going to read the first issue, and maybe that'll change my mind. Past that, Dr. Manhattan, do something for me aside from your art, because I don't know, I was someone who was really looking forward to Before Watchmen, because I thought they were, with the writers they had on board, they were really going to do something with these characters, make new levels to the characters. Then when I go back and read Watchmen or watch the movie now, watching the movie won't happen as often, but if I go back and read the novel, there'll be some more depth to those characters. I'll have some kind of backstory that we didn't have before, and that's absolutely not what we get here. So I'm very curious for what Alan Moore ever had in mind for a Before Watchmen kind of scenario, what his prequel stories were, because definitely this can't even come close to what that was. So, having not read them, of course. Justice League Dark. Jeff Lemire, of course, is on this book here. It's been all right. I can't remember if the last arc ended. Yes, it did, with the magic books and whatnot that John Constantine got. So pretty cool stuff. Honestly, aside from the writer on the book that's keeping it pretty consistent, I don't know if I'd stick with this one too much longer. I like the characters involved. Like, I'm a big fan of Deadman, a big fan of Zatanna, and Constantine, of course, too. But aside from those characters, they haven't really been given anything to do yet. So that's my gripe with that book. Well, enough of bashing DC this week. Let's move over to Marvel. Spider-Man is celebrating its 50-year anniversary. So we have Slott, we have Ramos, and we have a whole bunch of others that all contribute to the cover there as well as the interior. It's a pretty thick book. So, I mean, if Spider-Man was meant to be a 20-something back when he was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko all those years ago, he's 70 years old and swinging around that city now. So, pretty crazy stuff to think about. But yeah, no, there's that. Of course, I haven't read last week's Spider-Man issue yet, so I don't know how that wrapped up. So I got to get on that. Invincible Iron Man, a book that's coming to an end pretty soon. This is from Matt Fraction, of course, LaRocca on art, which has been a consistent team. I've liked this book. I don't know what's going to happen with Iron Man after they kind of move. Matt Fraction apparently is not picking up Iron Man after the Marvel Now thing goes down. So kind of a bummer, but really, really cool climax building up here. So looking forward to seeing what happens. Punisher from Rucka, of course. Again, haven't been a fan of the Punisher having a sidekick, but I'm warming up to it now. Like, it took a long time, and there was the whole Omega Effect thing, which I don't know. I don't know if that was always the plan, what they were building up to in Punisher. They had Rucka had another plan, in mind for how to bring her into as a sidekick. But I don't know. But it's been better as of late, since issue 12 or so. So I'm sticking with it. I'm a big fan of the Punisher, so the character has pulled me through. Secret Avengers, awesome. Rick Remender, this is number 30, of course. We have Taskmaster and Venom fighting on the cover. If that doesn't make you want to pick up the book, I don't know what will. They're done with the AVX tie-ins. They've shed them all together. Rick Remender's going back to what he was doing, like some badass work with the Secret Avengers team before that that AVX thing had to happen. So definitely check it out. Great art as well in that one. And again, yeah, good stuff. Super Crooks, this is issue 4, which I believe is the finale. Yeah, it totally is. So we have all our characters there stealing from the Bastard, I believe his name was, and that's from Mark Millar and Lionel Yu. So good creative team there. We'll make a really, really good trade. Lionel Yu's art's just fantastic. The Ultimates, yes, this is issue 14. This is the next issue after Captain America's back. He's rejoined Thor and Iron Man. They're going to go back and take back the United States of America. So there you have it. Of course, that's part of the Divided We Fall tie-in. Really looking forward to the next issue of Ultimate X-Men. It seems like it's been like a very, very long time since we had one from Brian Wood, of course. So Rick Remender no longer on the book. It's on its last legs. We have Bunn taking over writing, and we have a very kind of awkwardly crunched up looking Venom there on the cover. But this is issue 23. I'm not sure how many more it's going because I know it is ending. So anyways, I don't know why Rick Remender wouldn't stay on the book till the end. I suppose it was because maybe he's writing Uncanny Avengers already or something like that because it's 2 months in advance. Who knows? Anyways, there's that book. That's the pull list for this week. I have a pretty big back catalog of stuff to read. We're going to do an episode 38 at some point this weekend. Of course, Men the Bat is this weekend, so tune in. You'll get to see me, Rob, and Mike sitting there for 48 hours playing video games and hopefully providing witty commentary. And reading comic books live on camera. It's riveting stuff. So that's about it. Definitely tune into that this weekend, being August 24th. Other than that, we'll have episode 38 when we can. That's the pull list for this week. Signing out.